I've just seen another video, another one of those videos of is Star Citizen worth it in 2025? And I feel like these videos come and go anytime someone needs a couple of views. And then when you watch the video, it's two guys complaining about not knowing what to do, which, by the way, if you just look in the bottom right hand corner, it tells you what to do. The community, first off, is amazing. If you ask anything, you'll get an immediate answer. Now, here's the thing about Star Citizen is different. And I've been playing Star Citizen for probably a good 6 years. And I haven't played constantly through the 6 years. And I think most people that play Star Citizen are the same as me. You'll take 6 months. Sometimes, one time I took a year off. This last time I took some time off, I took a year because I was just so angry with the pyro situation. They said it was going to release, and then 2 years later, 2.5 years later, it released. Are they perfect? No. By all means, no. Is Star Citizen perfect? No. Well, let's take a look at the engine. Not only the engine, how much it costs to develop an engine, a AAA game engine, because whether you like it or not, the truth is the truth. Star Citizen is a AAA game. And not only if you take a look at that, but if you just want to start, how much is it going to cost versus games out there right now, right? So I looked up how much it cost to develop a AAA game engine. And it costs, let's see, it says $150,000 to $600,000 for a small 3D game. $300,000 to $1 million for a mid-level game. $750,000 to $4 million for a high-level game. $4 million to more than $250 million for a AAA game. Well, and then you think, well, I said game engine, not a game engine. So let's take a look inside there. Some people were saying, $500,000. About $500,000. $500 million. Sorry, $500,000. $500 million to $750,000 to build a game engine. Or $750 million. Did I say $750,000? Jesus. So from my research and what I can see, it takes about $500 million to develop a AAA game engine that works, that someone can use, right? So you think of AAA games, how much those cost to make. Assassin's Creed Shadows took $250 million to develop. And you look at Star Citizen. You can, versus Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let's take 2 Assassin's Creed Shadows. Those are 2 games, right? You can do the same thing twice. Let's just say the second game is something totally different. Let's say that's $250 million. So you put it together, you have about the same as how much Star Citizen has made. $500 million. So you got 2 games. Star Citizen, you can mine by hand, you can mine by ship. You can cargo hauling. You can pick up things and bring them to other space stations, and while you're at it, you can take an adventure on that planet. Salvaging, you can take contracts, and when you take these contracts, go get different ships, and you have to strip the hull of that ship. You can take also, there is cargo in those ships sometimes. You can go out in space and you can just fly around in space by yourself or with your buddies, and then you have to fracture the frame of the ship, and then you collect all the pieces, and then you take those boxes, or you go down in your ship, you take those, and then you go to the space station and you unload them and load them onto the space station. That's salvaging. Bounty hunting, you can track down people on stations on the planet or in the sky. Either way, there are several missions that they do. Sometimes they do these like types of missions where some pirates or something will take on Orson, and everybody goes to Orson, and there's just this big battle in Orson. You get to know other players and get to meet people. It's actually a lot of fun. I didn't think it would be a lot of fun, but it was a blast when I went. I met a lot of really good people and nice, very nice people. That's another thing. That community is rock solid, awesome. Um, Mercenary work, take on missions for various factions. Yeah, you get these reputation for each faction or each company that you work for. You can get bad reps. You can become a pirate. You can, which is PvP play. There are certain areas in Star Citizen that is probably not best to go to, and so yeah. Let's see, criminal activities. You can get with your buddies and you can find another player, take over their ship, hold them hostage, have your friend pay to get your friends back and the ship back, or just take over their ship, take all their stuff. You can hunt down other people. You can, there's an ambulance type of ship where I used to just go on chat and say, does anybody need my help? You go to a different planet or some other place of the solar system, and you have a hospital bed, so you can pick them up, bring them to the hospital bed. They're back to life, and boom. So you can help people that way. You can, yeah. So that's actually a lot of fun. There's a lot of factions, like players. They have their own factions where they have ambulance, and they have resources where you can go and buy stuff off them, or let's say someone got lost, something happened to their ship, and they're stuck on a planet. Well, they'll pay you to come pick them up, kind of like an Uber in space. Exploration, that's a good one. Go with your friends, look at the sunsets, and trust me, the sunsets in this game is just ridiculous. Um, Ship combat, there's combat, of course. Like I said, racing, there's racing missions. Yeah. Let's see, crewing, organizing, sharing events. Yeah, there's a lot of events too. I like that. And there is base building coming. So that's, I mean, easily one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know, about 7 games in one game. Now add that up. Assassin's Creed Shadows. But Star Citizen has taken $500 million, not $2 billion, not 2.5 billion, $500 million. As far as I'm concerned, from the amount of money that it takes to develop a AAA gaming engine and making a game to that scale, that ridiculous scale. And if you don't believe me, go watch Asmongold's reaction to Endgame engine showcase of the Star engine. I mean, he was blown away. And the thing is that he was talking about how quantum traveling, when you're going across the solar system, you go at hyperspeed. He said that's a way of loading. It's not, though. and people discuss this in the comments, is that you can, while you're traveling like that, you can just suddenly stop, get off your ship, and go do something. If, like, let's say, I don't know, you wanted to get out and just fly around in space or something, you can do that. Let's say you immediately stop and you start salvaging a ship. You can do that immediately. There's no loading, nothing. You can jump from Stanton to Pyro. You can walk around and do stuff in your ship while you're quantum traveling somewhere. There is no tricks to loading. I don't know what they do, how they do it, but it gets done. There's no tricks to load. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. And that's the reason why I think their engine is so incredible. Not to mention, they started on CryEngine when they first came out. And then when they found out, CryEngine is mostly for FPS games. And once they started developing Star Citizen, they were like, wow, we really need a different scale, something crazy. And they made Star Engine. And it took a long time. Yes, a lot of bugs, a lot of frustrating times playing, but name a game even close to this. I'd say the same scale, but there is no game to the size of Star Citizen, especially now with Pyro. Pyro is literally the size of Stanton. There's 2 of them now. So the closest thing to Star Citizen in the amount of stuff that you can do, and tell me there's no bugs. Get the fuck out of here. Not to mention, lately I've been playing. There's barely any bugs. Are there bugs? Yes. There's something that scale, that size. People, you need to remember, this isn't a PS2 game anymore. We're not dealing with PlayStation games anymore. You know, I think people tend to forget that the more stuff that you add, the more stuff that you need to do, there are going to be a lot of bugs. There's going to be a lot of problems. And that's not going to change unless we develop some kind of fucking quantum computer magic shit. I don't know. But as the technology we have now, it's not going to change. So we have how much it costs to develop. And here's the thing, too, is Star Citizen's been being made for 10 years, right? Now tell me something. If Star Citizen was a scam, do you think they would be able to collect that much money in that amount of time? Do you think that all the scam videos that have come out has changed anyone's mind? Obviously not, because the amount of players that have been playing, the amount of people that have been joining, even with your shitty videos, 38 million players that have joined. Rank number 17 out of 146 tracked MMOs. See, let's take a look right now. Daily players, 85. Star Citizen is estimated to have 85,683 players per day this month. This is on the low end over here, right? Let's see. I'm trying to get today's, or at least... Come on, you fucking piece of shit. 60,195 players on right now. For the last 10 years, this has been going on. 10 years. Name one... Look at me. Name one fucking game that has been out there for 10 years that has gotten this much shit, that is still keeping 60,000 to 80,000 players a day. Any? I didn't fucking think so. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. You still look at this. What is this? April 13th. 214,000 players in one day. Just remember the 80,000 players that are still playing daily for the last 10 years. Think of another game that can fucking do that, even with all the controversy surrounding it. Yeah, Star Citizen is the fucking GOAT. Sorry that hurt your feelings.